Hello, it's me, Aurus Sanchez, and
Eliza Abramson.
we are here. We're here this morning. We want to do something a little bit different to film this video. Now, the question someone sent me a question on Instagram DM, and we're gonna answer it right now, which basically is this: how do you get the courage? How do you get the courage to actually speak up in meetings at work, in front of your coworkers, in front of your bosses, and all that stuff, right? And all that good stuff. So, Lisa, we want to start off, in your opinion, in your professional opinion, what are some good ways that you can start to build this courage, this way of just going up to them and just speaking your mind and giving as much value, great input?
Well, it's actually a couple of things. So the first thing I would say is really understand that this is a very, very valid fear. That a lot of people are nervous to speak at work, or you could be also.
I apologize. Okay.
At work or in meetings or things like that, because your performance does matter, because depending on how well you do, it is going to affect your paycheck or raises in the future or things like that. So it is a valid fear in terms of that. It's also, especially coming as a woman, that it is proven in the workforce that a lot of times what happens at meetings is that a woman will say something, and then a male coworker will say the same thing, and then he will be acknowledged for that, but not the woman. Which is just, it's part of the facts of working in the workforce. It should be changed, but that's how it is right now. So I would say, first of all, understand it is a very valid fear. But fear should never hold you back from actually performing, from actually doing what you need to in life. So when you go into this meeting, what you're really trying to accomplish is to be heard, to get your points across, and to be respected for them, right? To establish change or to just contribute, participate. So I would say, first of all, prepare heavily. Know exactly what the meeting is going to be about. Prepare what your points are going to be. Speak with friends beforehand to try to get them to validate what you're saying a little bit, to kind of boost that courage just a little bit, because
I agree with this.
When you go into a situation and it's just you saying something from your own mind, if you're not confident enough, you kind of feel intimidated because it's only you saying this. But if you go to your friends and your friends say beforehand, oh, that's a good point, or if your parents say beforehand, that's a good point, or if your boss or someone like that before the meeting tells you that's a good point, you go in a little stronger, a little bit more confident in what you want to say, because it's not just like, oh, well, I think it's this. It's a bunch of people supporting you already beforehand. So that's one thing. I would also work your way up to saying really big comments. So if you're more introverted, I would say start off by piggybacking off of someone else's comment. Like, pay attention in the meeting, and when someone else says something that you agree with or you think you could make a little bit better, say, according to how, based off of what Tim said, or piggybacking off of this person or Susan or whatever, I would say we could do this and add this. And then once you kind of get the hang of that, a couple meetings later, then maybe incorporate a little bit more, because what's going to happen with that is that you give a point, and then you get validation and reinforcement. So that boosts your courage, because when you go in, and like a lot of people will say, just go all at it, do it all. No, there's no reason to stress yourself out like that. Start a little bit, get a little bit more courage for the next time when people see that it goes well. Those are the basics of what I would say. The final thing I would really say before I turn it over to Aurus is
the pressure.
That you need to be prepared, or prepare yourself mentally in case people don't like what you say. Because it could be that someone really doesn't like what you say and they say, like, that's stupid or something. So you don't want to be caught off guard. So what you should do beforehand is go through your point and go through the weaknesses of that point. Try to be a little prepared for what someone says. So that way, if someone says, that's stupid because of X, Y, and Z, you can say, I actually thought of X, Y, and Z, and this is what I would respond to that. So that you don't get kind of like a deer in the headlights feeling. You don't say like, oh, he thought of something I didn't, and now my entire point is wasted. So this way you come across as an intelligent person and someone that's thought things through, and it's okay if they disagree. You've shown that you have certain qualities that are admirable or that people would want. What do you think?
It's very good. And now I'm going to say this. I'm going to add a couple of things before we end this video. That this video is for those who are mostly introverted.
Yeah.
Right? This is like a mini introverted guide if you want to build courage and actually speak up with your coworkers or with your boss or at meetings. Now, of course, if you're extroverted or you have more, it's easier for you to speak up, then you can skip a lot of these things. But actually, what I'm going to say now is very important, which is you can do all these things that Elisa's saying, but you also thank you. you also want to, let's go a little bit more forward, you also want to open up your physiology. You want to change your physiology. So basically change the way your body is going. So maybe in the morning, right, you want to do some exercise, some push-ups, right, to hype you up, do some Superman poses. Another great one is to put your fingers like this for a minute, couple minutes, and for example, and you actually start to feel more confident, and you give off a very positive, very confident type of influence through body language. So anything that helps you, do it before this meeting. Maybe eat something healthy, start moving around, go for a little jog. You want to change your physiology, the way your blood is flowing through your body. When you do that and you mix with what Elisa mentioned about being prepared, getting validation, all this stuff, putting it together, right? I'm telling you, you're going to ace it at that meeting. And you want to warm up your jaw muscles, your tongue, right? A great way to do that is literally just call someone up that you can speak for an hour, speak for them for like 20 minutes. You're starting to warm up. Maybe as you do that, you do push-ups, you start walking around, you jog. Maybe if you have a phone call to a potential client, speak to them maybe a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, right? So then again, you're warming up everything up.
Yeah.
So once again, it's not that hard to build that courage. Once you have all this in mind, then the only thing you have to do is actually do it. Because if you don't do it, then you're gonna live with the what if mentality. Like, maybe if I would have maybe been more courageous, I would have spoken more up at work or during these meetings, I could have gotten that promotion, that raise, I could have advanced in the job, maybe my boss could have noticed me more. It's all about actually taking action in the mindset. It sounds cliche, but it's so true. But I think we gave some very tactical things that you can do to actually build that courage at your next meeting, right?
100%. I would actually just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Do you want to grab your mic?
Oh yeah,
It's a little
sorry.
bit- Okay. The last thing I would say is that keep in mind that when you're going into this meeting, that if you have this fear, chances are someone else at that meeting has that fear. Okay, you're not the only person that feels this way. And also keep in mind that all the people that you are speaking to are humans, which means that they've also had moments where they were not the most genius people around. There are moments that they're embarrassed about. There are moments that they are very proud of. Everyone has a journey and everyone has a step in that journey towards getting further in it, right? So
True.
you're just like everyone else. So, but here's the thing also. No one has your exact viewpoints. So when you go into that meeting, they hired you there for a reason. You were asked to be at that meeting for a reason. It's because they want to hear your viewpoint. So they want to hear from you. And if, especially, you don't generally speak and then you speak for the first time, chances are people are going to be a little bit more easygoing with you because they're going to be like, oh, she's speaking up. So just keep in mind, everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes. So if you don't give the most genius response in the beginning, that's okay. It takes practice to build up to that level of articulation.
Correct.
That you'll be able to actually say everything you want to say. But it takes practice, so go practice.
Practice makes perfect, guys. All right, guys, I think we're going to end it here. Yes, that sounds good.
I think so.
Hopefully you guys try this out. Please leave a comment down below and let us know. Please like and subscribe to this channel.
Let us know how it goes for you. I'm concerned. I want to hear.
Yes, I want to know how this goes for you as well. Guys, thank you guys so much. And of course, until next time.